That's a pretty good looking morning. So we're getting started here, 2024 season, TSCEC Blackjack co-sanctioned race here, Red Canyon. It was the life of me trying to remember when was the last time that I came to this race. And unfortunately, I think it was like 2017, 2018. At this point, who really knows? It's been a long time. It's gonna be Texas, it's gonna be West Texas, it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be open, but there's gonna be some tight, flowy stuff and obviously some technical, rocky sections. So it should be a pretty good day. Let's enjoy getting some seat time. Here it is, this is our guy, 29A, Cole Kirkpatrick. I think, what, 10, 15 seconds is my goal. If I could see you for 10 to 15 seconds every test, it's like a win, baby!
I believe, you're the guy. What,
we got this, we got this! I think 10 to 15 seconds is being gracious, but here is Cole Kirkpatrick, Juan, myself, and then we had Justin, our B rider on row 29. The first test was extremely fast, but it was also long. A lot of people did, air quotes, complain about the 11.5 miles. I thought it was awesome. Strangely, Juan did let me by. He said that I was making him nervous being on his rear wheel the entire time, but when it got technical, which you'll see it in a second, he was always right there with me. So Juan and I had a great first test, and here's where it gets a little technical. That is not as technical as it got on the day, but that about was as technical as it got for test one. But don't worry, later on you will see much tighter, much steeper ravines and me riding much more like a squid. Woo! Thanks guys, woohoo!
It does not get any better than this. If you stayed at home because you thought it was gonna be too muddy or something, these are the days we live for as far as riding or racing goes.
Though test 2 was a lot like test 1, there was this really cool section kind of in the early parts of it where we got to ride on this shaly rock side of the hill kind of cliff thing, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys like riding behind Juan as we're on this section and we work our way through test 2. Let go! Dudes obviously picked it up in this test because even though I was 40th overall, which is just a little bit slower, I was 7th overall in the 40 plus A class. So good work, guys. I can't wait for more racing. Yeah, that was awesome! Test 3 victory felt a lot like test 1 and 2. Little bit of technical bits in the ravines, a little bit of cool rocky sections, but in the long run, we felt like we were on top of the plateaus for the most of the time. I wanted to show you guys this section because to me, it felt like the most flowy kind of in the awkward Texas bushes that never give up, because you think you can just brush right through these things when all of a sudden your goggles are ripped off, your jersey's torn. They just don't give up. That West Texas trees, man, they are super strong. So enjoy this, and then I'm going to show you guys where I think my clutch started to go out and why. Here's the moment my clutch started getting weird. Let's see that in an instant replay. Before I hit the tree, you can see that my wrist brace is intact. The hit is sharp enough to the left hand that you can see it pull the front end down, and then when you see the wrist brace come back into view, that it's actually broken. I believe that I hit so high on the lever that not only did it break my wrist brace, but it shoved the plunger into the master cylinder, and this is what started to cause all of my clutch issues.
Woo! Thanks, guys!
Before I say too much, let's just follow Cole. That fall at the beginning of test 4, as I was trying to keep up with Cole Kirkpatrick, mentally broke me. And it's really weird to say that, but I just have to feel like I need to be honest with you guys, because I couldn't pull the mental tear off, right? I couldn't work myself past that, and then all of a sudden my clutch started to create so much tension and just not work very well that it just continued to build. And so mentally I just kept putting this barrier up that I'm not good enough. Obviously what I had done earlier in the day is something that I'm not capable of, and I was overriding and overreaching, and I shouldn't be trying to be, air quotes, so fast. And that's what being in the way of ourselves feels like and looks like. And so I hope that when this happens to you, or if it happens to you, that you realize that all we need to do is distance ourselves. Those are stories that we're just making up, and we can and are better. I would also be doing you a disservice if I did not let you laugh just a little bit at the shenanigans of me on this hill climb. Okay, that one kicked my ass.
What happened?
Man, I fell.
You hit the brakes?
I fell in that section, and then it was just like they were just mentally gone.
Boy, it got really hard and technical after that too.
What's that?
And then the lappers at the end didn't help.
Yeah, in that nasty.
Yeah.
I would say Test 5 was as technical as Test 4, but obviously the mileage was a little bit less. Now here's Cole Kirkpatrick showcasing something absolutely crazy. Yes, he just jumped like a 10 to 15 foot ravine off of whatever that is that he found and knew about from last year. And if you're wondering, did that roost from Juan's 450 hurt? Yes, absolutely. The guy had been roosting me all day, but that is just part of it. We had so much fun racing this, and it is unfortunate, even though I was keeping up and charging my Hero 11 Mini, because you cannot change batteries on it, it went out during this test. And so not only did I not get some of the more technical bits of Test 5, I didn't get anything from Test 6, which some of the breakdowns on the trail I'm sure you guys would have enjoyed. So here's a little bit more from Test 5, and then I definitely have some thoughts for you guys on where I'm going to be heading with what I learned about myself and myself on the bike.
Thank you to Rob Tool and JoJo for sharing that video with me. It just continues to show me how I was not prepared enough for the speed that I actually had at that race. I rode so aggressive in the first 3 tests that I did not consume enough calories to continue to try to replenish and to keep up with the amount of energy expenditure that I had. And unfortunately, that came back to bite me in test 4, 5, and 6. But also, whatever happened to my clutch, and I haven't dug in to the Sherco yet, but when I do, I am gonna make a video so that way I can call myself out if it's all about me or if I learned something about the clutch. One, it was ridiculously hard to pull, and it's a hydraulic clutch, so it should not ever get to the point that it was getting. And also, it seemed like it was engaging and disengaging while the bike would start to rev up. I also probably need to practice intensity, because now that I understand I have that capacity again for that kind of speed, I need to practice riding at that speed. So go find something like a 30-second to maybe a minute long loop and ride it as fast as I can, like override to start feeling comfortable at that speed and that output, but then take that minute rest in between. Do that about 5 or 6 times, probably maybe after I'm nice and warmed up, but not as I'm extremely tired at the end of the day. Good way to practice intensity. I also need to work on my caloric intake. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be continuously talking about nutrition. There's also going to be a nutrition class that I am gonna put on. I'm gonna take 10 riders. We're gonna hang out for an hour. I'm gonna share what I've learned, but I'm also going to be able to do a little bit of Q&A, so pay attention for that. And of course, if you guys want to support Seat Time, you can do that by grabbing a shirt from shop.seattime.co, or if you want to grab yourself a utility can caddy, baby, they are right here, ready for you to keep you organized AF if you are an enduro racer or just a trail rider who wants to be able to grab their gas can and have all the things that you need right there next to your gear bag and your awesome dirt bike. Guys, enjoy getting seat time. If I don't get a chance to see you on the trail, obviously I will see you on the internet. We'll see you for the next one. Peace.